So, hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are from CMR Institute of Technology, CSC 6M. Myself, Shiva Baidya, and my teammate Saurabh Raj are going to show execution of our mobile app development project using Android Studio. Over to you, Saurabh.
So as Siva told, we are using some Android Studio to develop our app. So let me start with the problem statement. There is a truth and dare game, Android based truth and dare game. And in this, any number of participants can play. And whichever direction the bottle will point, that user have to choose either truth or dare, as we guys know what is truth and dare. So let me start with the execution of our project. That is, say, when you press on the start button, a new activity will come where you can either spin the bottle or press on truth and dare. But the truth and dare buttons are disabled as of now. As you press on the spin button, the button will start spinning in any direction, 360 direction, and whichever direction it will come, the user sitting on that direction either have to choose truth or dare. Let me press on the truth first, then you'll get a list of truth, and we have to choose on it. And we can add truth here also. So let me dismiss it for as of now. And again, if you press on the spin button, it will start spinning from that direction only, and you can choose there also here. So let me go with the layouts parts, and let me start with this layout only. So this is a image view of a bottle which we are using for spinning it, and this is a button for spinning the bottle. There's two more buttons, truth and dare, for choosing the truth and dare, as you have seen in the execution. This is the start button of the first layout where we are using three buttons: add truth, add dare, or a start button. And this is the image view for describing what we are doing, and the two text views describing our names who have developed this. And activity values is that you have seen in the list of values where we are storing that truth or dares. Custom dialog box is a dialog box we have seen where we are adding a new truth or dare. Example card is a basically empty activity. Now when you add the truth or dare, it will populate and will see this all the truth and their list. Now Siva will explain you how this all things are working internally. Over to you, Siva.
As my friend Saurabh has explained very beautifully, the XML files, the layout files, how is it? So now I'll describe you how the functionalities has been defined to work each and every button and the image view. How is it working? So first I'll go to the main activity file. Here, first we will define the variables, like whichever ID has been assigned by Saurabh in the XML files will define the variables for it. So here we'll define for button, this is the spin button. So you have given ID as BTN, so button for that. And the for truth button, we have used the ID truth button for their dare button. So we have used here Java language. So Java language, we can work in Java in Android Studio, and this is the private image view for that bottle. For that bottle, the ID has been given as image view. Then private random. This is the variables we define, and to define the IDs of the when you click on each button, there should be a separate ID for that. Otherwise, the buttons won't work. So to define the ID. See, this is the variable BTN, and the button this is the ID, and this is the button variable. So this is the spin button, this is the truth button. For truth button, this is the ID, and this is the for dare button, this is the ID, and for the image view, this is the ID. So the format is like you have to write find view by ID, then r.id dot the variable names, which are the variables names. So for button one, we have used button one variable, like that. Now to describe the functionalities of each and every button, we use the concept like dot set on click listener. Like the button name will be there, the button ID will be there, and dot set on click listener. When you click on the truth button, it will open the function start activity. What this does, new intent means whichever page it is there, from one page to going to the another page, from one Kotlin file to the other Kotlin file, we use uh, from one Java file to another Java file, we use the intent function. So intent, what will do, it has two parameters. One is get application context and the class name where it should go. So what this get application context does, like it will specify you which file you are now. Like if you are in main activity, it will specify as main activity. Then which class you want to go. If you want to go to the truth activity class, then this when you click on truth button, it will go to the truth activity class. Similarly, for there button, we have used the same functionalities. So what this on resume function will do, this on resume function, it's a function like when you click on the spin function, then this truth button and there button should be disabled for that time until the spin stops. So for that, we have used the on resume function. So when you click on the spin function, it's given as true. So means when you click on the spin function, this truth button and there button should be false, means their functionality should not work. So that's why when you click on the spin function, this truth button, you can see this truth button and button there button does not work. What is this function? Public void spin. Like it will help the bottle to spin from the center of axis of the bottle. So how to calculate the center of axis of the bottle? We have used three variables. One is new direction, one is pivot x, one is pivot y. So what is new direction? Like when the bottle stops spinning, after the bottle has been started spinning, and whenever it stops, the stopped position will be stored as the new direction. It will be stored in this variable new direction. What is pivot x? To calculate the center of the bottle, we use pivot x as like image view is the bottle id we have given, and get width by 2 means it will give you the center position of the bottle. Similarly, for pivot y, it will give the center position of the bottle. What is animation rotate? We have used this function here, animation rotate, method of Java. Animation rotate, when you start spinning the bottle, then the bottle will show an animation which has three parameters. One is last direction, new direction, pivot x, and pivot y. Four parameters. Last direction will store the when you start the bottle spinning, no, then last direction, whichever last direction was there, it will store the last direction. And the new direction will store when it stops spinning, whatever the new direction is there, it will store the new direction. Pivot x and pivot y means the center of like origin of rotation. Like we use the origin as the midpoint of the bottle. That's why you have used pivot x and pivot y. Rotate dot set duration. Why you use this function? Like till what time the bottle should rotate. 2000 here, it's given 2000 in milliseconds. 2000 in milliseconds means 2 seconds. That's why we have used the rotate dot set duration as 2000 millisecond. For this set animation listener, that animation function we have used, no, to define the functionalities of the animation. We are writing this function. What is this MP? This is a variable media player. When we play the when you spin the bottle, there a sound comes, like the bottle is rotating, that sound comes. To display that sound, we are storing it in MP media player. When the button is enabled, after the spinning has been done, then button enabled will be false. Similarly, for this animation end, when the animation will end, then this media player will stop. Whenever we click again, then it will start releasing. Then the truth button functionality and the dare button functionality will start, because like when the bottle has been spinned, now you have to choose the list of truth and list of dare. So that time it will become true. Like after that, the functionality of the button truth and dare, it will start. Similarly, I told you the last direction. Last direction, what you'll do, like when the bottle stops spinning, the new direction, whatever the new direction is there, it will store in the function. It will store in the variable last direction. What is this image view dot start animation? It will like the bottle is start whenever the bottle is start, that rotate function will go. Next, I will go to the start activity. What is the start activity? As you already know how to define the variables, we have defined the variables here. Then we have given the IDs to the variables here. Similarly, in main activity, we have already did. Now to define the functionality of the start button, what it will do, when you click on the start button, then it will start the game page, like where you can play the game. It will start the game page. Here intent is like similarly, I have already explained you in the main activity. Intent function is used like from whichever page you are currently, from that page to whichever page you want to go. For that, this intent function is used. then the truth for the truth similarly, and for the dare, what it will do, it will jump you to the truth page, like to this truth dot activity is there, no, it will jump you to that truth page, and this dare will jump you to the dare page. So now I'll go show you the truth activity. What this truth activity is there, like here you have defined the variables. Now next, this populate default data, what it will do, like whatever the default data we have provided you, see this is the default values, like for truth these are the values when you start the game, this you already find in the default list because you have already added this before, and these are the dear list. So this truth activity populate default data, whatever default data has been given by the admin, it will show for first. These values is there, no, then to add some new value, this populate default data will work. For this populate user data, what will do, like if a user wants to add some new data for the truth and add some new data for the there, for that this populate user data, we have defined this function where user can define the truth and dare list. Next is this show dialog box, like if a user want to define user want to add some values for the truth and values for the dare, then one dialog box will appear. What are the functionalities of the dialog box is, like it will have one add button and one dismiss button. Suppose if you want to add some new tasks, then you click on add, and if you don't want to add any tasks, then you click on dismiss. So what are the functionalities of add? See, add dot set click listener, we have used two condition loops, like one is if else loop we have used. So what does if does, like if the whenever you start the dialog box, it will show if there is any text already there. If there is no text, then it will check for m.text equal to empty. If it's empty, then one toast message will appear, that empty text, nothing is there. So toast message we use to display a toast content, like it will come for a while and it will disappear suddenly. That's why we use the toast message. And for else part, it will check after you add any tasks for the truth and dare, it will show the toast message as successfully added, and it will again disappear with this. Then dismiss dot set on click listener if you don't want to add anything. So update user data, for that we have used the concept of array list collection in Java. You very well know what is array list concept, like in array it is a concept in Java where you can dynamically add data to the list. As you know that only if you use only array concept, in array you can't dynamically add, it's a fixed length, but in array list you can add how much ever you want to expand it or how much ever you want to reduce it. That's why you have used the concept of array list here. Then I'll go to the dare page. This dare page is similarly constructed as the truth page, only the functionalities of the dare has been used here. See, as you can see, the if you want to add some text for that dare, then it will if nothing is there, then it will toast message empty text for the dare. And for if you add, after you add something, it will show successfully added. Similarly in the truth, I have shown you what are the functionalities. So this is similarly like the truth activity, whatever you have done here. Similarly for dare activity, just the things are like for dare you give some different text values, and for truth you give some different text values. That's why we have created two separate Kotlin files for that, Java files for that. Then these are the default values we have already given by the user. If user added anything values from the app, then it will add here automatically, it will add here, you don't have to add the list here. So this much only we have done for our project. So I hope you guys liked our project, and please subscribe, like, and support us. Thank you so much, guys.